you see this short, dwarfish man with a bald head and very large ears looking up at you um, from Calithia's side. Ma'am, would you like anything to eat this morning?
Yes, I'll take a sandwich and a goblet of tea, please.
Hmm, that's certainly different.
Oh,
I
goblin.
will.
A goblet.
I'm gonna look at my huge meal that I have right in front of me, like, oh,
Do you even have goblets, Cork?
Of course I do. Doesn't have goblets. And he like starts to walk away. And as he's walking away, the, the the meal seems to be floating in. Amara, you see a plate float in front of you with a nice, crisp, corners cut off sandwich landing in front of you with a piping glass of or goblet of tea uh, sitting right next to it.
but if you say his name, he'll pop up at any time. Just so you know, just letting you know.
I'm gonna try to tap Rowan on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Without him noticing.
I'm gonna turn the other way.
Make a stealth check. You say that to Amara, and immediately you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you go, oh, "What?" And there's no one there.
I'm just
Do I
like
see
sleepily
Daphne do
drinking
this?
my coffee.
My passive perception is 17. So do I see
Okay.
Dabner do this?
You totally do.
Do we want to?
Wait, as soon as that happens, Ink Eyes is just bursting out laughing. Wait, what? Huh? What'd you say? Huh?
Did Cork tap my shoulder? I'm gonna be like looking around.
Oh no, no, don't
You
worry
said
about it.
Quark, and literally standing in front of you at that moment, Quark is standing going, "What did I do?"
Good morning, Cork. No.
Yes. You called?
Did you tap my shoulder? Did you want to tell me something?
Oh no, of course not.
Oh.
Every time I've been summoned, I've appeared immediately and spoken. Why would I not appear if I tapped you on the shoulder? Is it perhaps someone's messing with you?
Knowing this group, not surprising.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm gonna look around the table.
Daphner's just laughing, like he's lost it.
I'm gonna like look at Davner, just kind of shake my head, and just go back to eating. We found one person's remains in this turned over train, and we buried him. Gave him a resting spot.
He must be back as some sort of undead if that grave is uncovered or whatever happened to him.
Or wild animals could have eaten him.
Something.
How deep do we dig that grave again? 6 feet, right?
I did my best to get to 6 feet. Yeah.
I didn't know bones needed resting. I didn't know they did anything to get too tired.
Well, it
Oh,
wasn't just his
dear.
bones. It was actually.
I like
Wait.
this one.
It was his
Oh.
his midsection and his legs. So
That makes
Morbid.
me want to die.
Morbid
little bit
humor is
to the
always the way in
side.
my book.
Alethea is sitting off to the side, and she's watching all of this, and she gets a look in her eye, and she looks over at Amara. And Amara, you see her catch your eye. And she goes, "Well, considering, do you mind if I..." And she points at the group in front of you. "Are you okay with me telling?"
Well, the question is, do you think they're gonna kill me for it?
I put down my fork.
Alethea turns and looks at you all and says, "In this city, it has attracted people of all sorts, and so long as they are not hurting anyone, we have allowed and even protected for the spirit of magical enhancement. Mara here came to my and my brother's notice," and you hear a slight hitch in her voice when she says "my brother." My and my brother's notice a couple of years ago when she arrived. And when certain bodies started disappearing, we spoke with her about things. And she turns and looks at her and says, Amara is a necromancer.
You do bring back people's grandmothers to be at their children's birthday parties.
It's of no concern to me. You've all seen me use my powers of dark as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're familiar with all of the, or at least, pretty familiar with all of the art of necromancy and the magics and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I see this as an absolute win. We need someone like that, Chet.
absolutely. With Misty gone, we need someone supportive.
But Amara here, and she stops and she goes, I very specifically asked her to join us this morning. And she reaches into sort of a bag at her side and slowly draws out a crystalline clear container. Amara, you see in Kalethia's hand a container that is almost invisible were it not for the touch of fingers on it. Inside, you see a heart. A human heart to your eye. And every few minutes, every few seconds, there's a single thunk beat. And Kalethia looks at you and goes, I have reason to believe it is my brother's.
The heart that's the heart that we found.
Yes, that is the heart that you found.
And
The note we found with it basically stated so.
It is my general belief, and looking at you, Amara, Kalethia says, that you may be able to give me some insight on what this entails. The city itself was founded by the Institute and by Critias. Critias was a Dracolich. You understand that you're dealing with a powerfully necromantic entity that has been created from the soul of a dragon.
So I'm thinking that this gives me a chance to learn a little something about my fine craft I'm in.
Kalethia looks at you and goes, you were incredibly creepy, and I like that about you.
Well, whatever we're doing, it'll be nice to have someone else familiar with the dark arts.
You're not gonna try to mind control us, are you?
Depends on if you get on my bad side.
Rowan kind of shapens up in his chair a little bit.
Don't worry about it. She has to kill you first.
I mean, that's what they all say.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a problem with it. I think that her expertise is going to be pretty clutch with helping figure this out, because, you know me, I don't know shit about this stuff.
The more the merrier, in my eyes.
I think whatever we're doing, we're gonna need her.
Yeah. Seems pretty powerful, too. So, I think at this point we need the help. So, and I gesture to Kylethia. I'm like, I don't think she's gonna be at our, beckoning call every time. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start finishing up my breakfast. Okay. And start getting ready for the day.
I imagine by this time, Inkeyes has already finished up his breakfast, so he's taking his plate out of the bar.
Yeah, no. As soon as you finish up breakfast, you go to lift the plate, and it just sort of levitates out of your hands and starts moving away.
Right. Momentarily forgot about that.
So, you're all sitting there. Kylethia sort of sitting off to the side, the heart still sitting in her hands and looking down at it. And she turns to you, Mara, and she goes, do you happen to know what would be required to have done this to my brother's heart. You take the container and you're studying it. Looking down at the heart, you see its small beat every few seconds to every couple of minutes, and you're just investigating. And you notice that while the container appears invisible, it's not. It's actually a very pure crystal that has been sealed in some way around the heart. And thinking back, you know that the crystal would have had to have been pulled from some area that would have been related to necromantic acts or close to death. And for you, there's only one area that you think would be led to that, and that would be Evord's catacombs.
When we first went into the tower with Zelenis, before Cryatus went through with his plan and we defeated him, I spun the globe. And I'm wondering if me spinning that globe or what we did in the tower has anything to do with the crossing of these worlds.
She looks at you, and her eyes sort of narrow. And she says, honestly, I've not been back in there yet. Zelenis told me about what you saw and what he saw, and we have some theories, and then there's our memories.
Yeah.
And she looks at you all and goes, there's something that's... We need to have a discussion, but it can't be here, and it needs to be with Zelenis.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
I figured I'd maybe shoot you the question and kind of,
Hans, would you please follow some investigation in regard to this? I would appreciate it.
If we find anything on it, we will definitely be investigating it.
Amara, stay with them and work with them, if you don't mind. I will be back. I'm gonna go get Zelenis, and pull him in. We need to have a conversation, and then I'll come with him to see y'all. But I don't know when. It'll be much later.
I'm thinking
The catacombs.
The catacombs place sounds a lot more promising.
I mean, I'm more inclined to go into the catacombs, but...
Well, does anybody think we might want to check out one of these nodes at some point?
But we
We definitely should.
We definitely passed one. Do you think Crazy Train can probably get us there fast?
Oh, definitely. We put in old fuck, what's his name?
Smarmy?
Sassy.
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 Put in old Sassy, he'll get us there in no time.
Sassy Frassy.
Hey, Cork.
Yes?
What time of the day is it?
Sitting, just Amara, you would have seen this too, and these five are getting used to it, or these six are getting used to it. As soon as Rowan says Quark, he appears basically stepping out from behind Rowan and looking up at Rowan, and it's just like, yes. What time is it? Somewhere in the realm of about 10:30 in the morning. And he turns his wrist over and looks at this little small sort of clockwork item there and goes,
I'm gonna lean over and try to look at it.
It's essentially a clockwork watch that's sitting on his wrist, and he's like, Yes, noon is not for a couple more hours.
Cork, how much you want for that thing on your wrist?
What, this? He looks at it and looks at you. It would be significant. It was a creation of Virus. It was one of the last things he made before he left.
I mean, even if it's just a watch, I feel like it would be kind of fun to have.
It'd be useful because we don't have to look at the sun and be like, oh, I guess it's like 11.
Yep.
Yes.
I think the node's the way to go, and then we'll circle back to the catacombs.
Wherever there's action.
And we can probably get her accustomed to
Riding in the crazy train.
yeah, be a nice welcoming party. I'm gonna walk by Cork and say thank you and head to the front door.
The original sort of owner, and not owner, the controller of the Institute was this guy by the name of Critias. You met him once. For the most part, upon your coming to the city of Avord, you kept a low profile. You were sussed out by Kylethia and her brother because of a need to use your magics, but when you were introduced to other members of the Institute, when you met Critias, he was the one person who made your skin crawl, and not in like
way.
oh, this is just a creeper.
Mm-hmm.
This was
Fear.
for you. Something in the back of your head, some lizard part of your drow brain went, there is something wrong here. And in that moment, you remember thinking to yourself, looking at Kylethia and other members of the Institute, going, how is it these people cannot see what's wrong with him?
He never made you try to drink anything, right? Well,
Sorry.
as long as you didn't drink anything. If he tried to, wow, this sounds really creepy. Lure you into his office and have you drink a drink.
No,
that-
I have a
David Lace.
history of not accepting many drinks from many places. Where I'm from, there tends to be poison involved, so.
Yeah, you could. There's a good chance that you could have been poisoned. That's what we're wondering about. That happened to our good old friend Akron back there.
He drank some of that absinthe and he forgot how to taste.
Yeah.
Well,
He's relearning.
don't you blame me or blame the absinthe, okay? The absinthe was perfectly innocent in this situation. It was the sugar. The sugar was a bitch. It was a backstabbing bitch, and it made me forget everything's taste, which is both a gift and a curse.
What I'd give to try my
Truly.
luck
What was that he
for the
say?
first time again. That would actually be pretty cool.
Some necromancers, in order to control those who they have performed magic on, would give them a potion that was intended to wipe their minds to make them more pliable.
Oh.
And what they are describing sounds like a potion that you have heard of before in your studies.
Akron the roller over there.
Our guy.
Akron, she's telling you that you got magically roofied.
Oh,
I mean, that's
this is-
basically what happened.
Let's just say, I don't remember anything, so that sounds about
Okay.
right.
A potion of enfeeble mind.
The constabulary that is walking along the city streets near you does not overhear this very open discussion of necromancy.
Forget the.
Because we're good like that.
Yeah.
Because y'all lucky like that.
Well,
But, as you
also,
are-
don't I have like the begrudging respect of the town's guard?
yes, you
Oh.
do in fact have the begrudging respect of the town's guard currently.
It's been like,
Grudging
what?
Necromancy is
Respect.
still
What?
a bad no-no to greater society.
It's still a bad no-no to paladins.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
but-
Nightmare
Paladins-
going in the distance.
Paladins don't care about local jurisdiction. They care about, well, I mean, unless local is by like the mortal realm you live in.
That's
and a part of-
very local.
Yeah, a part of the story that for that Amara, when shit went to hell with the local area, Amara saved people, and the paladins who were in the area recognized that. So that's why she has the begrudging respect of the paladins.
She has Thane'ship, so she can do whatever she wants. Just to go, nah, I'm Thane. They're like, damn, all right, you can get away with murder then.
Yeah, not quite that, but
This ain't Skyrim.
this as you are all traveling through the city, you do notice that you take a wide, like some people take wide berths around you, but at the same time they recognize you all. Specifically, Amara, you hear sort of half whispers of the beacons. People seem to be looking and watching as y'all go by. You see a series of people, of children running across certain portions of the city. Davner, you actually recognizing one laughing child as he runs behind with a group of other people. As you make your way, it
Down.
does generally seem to be that you are lauded individuals for the city. Upon getting to the port at the Ivy Gate, there are about 5 paladins sitting there. Same guard you had approached upon your arrival to talk about the outside area. And as you have not spoken with Quincy yet, he turns and he looks at you and goes, "What? You back already? What y'all doing here?"
We're gonna go out and look at those things on the edge of the city. Those... what are they called?
The
I'm
nodes.
blanking on it. The nodes. Thank you, Akron. We're gonna go out and
You're
look at those nodes.
Why are you going? Quincy send you to the nodes? I can call him. He didn't come here.
If you could tell him that the beacons are gonna go look at the nodes outside the city, that'd be much
Yeah.
appreciated.
Maybe-
I can do that. Give me once. And he reaches up to his ear, and he taps and like holds it. He goes, "Yeah, Captain. No, not you, asshole, Captain. Yeah, Captain, sir. Yeah, Beacon's here with the necromancer. I don't know. They said they're going to see the nodes. Yeah?" And he lifts his eyes and he looks at all of you and he's like, "They look fine. I don't know about that." Alright. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Captain said he'd be here in like 30 minutes or so. Can y'all wait, or y'all gonna go?
Oh, fucking idiot. We're wasting daylight. Fine, we'll wait.
I really don't want to.
Wait, why do we have to wait?
Do we have
Well-
to talk to him? Could you? Can
Well,
it just be like a
Yeah.
we're doing this? Bye.
You're
well,
with the constabulary, right? I'm asking
Yeah?
this to Amara. Not you,
No.
her. No. Whatever means I don't have to wait here for 30 minutes so I can see that asshole again. I hate him.
Yeah, he's a fucking dickhead.
we're kind of on his bad side. So
Oh.
I don't think that man has a good side.
Can I? Should I whisper or maybe put him to sleep? Maybe. Does that?
Whatever you're gonna do, don't hurt him.
Is it a gray
need the city
area?
to like us a little bit.
Or just tell them that we're gonna go, and if Quincy really anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and just take a step back and
just tell him that these aren't the beacons he's looking for.
Ma'am, I ain't gonna give you permission to go do nothing. And you need Quincy's permission to go to the node. Ain't nobody been there for a while.
Okay, team. Looks like this guy's gonna be a dick. So here we are.
Well, do we want to go to the catacombs and just say fuck Quincy, or do we want to just stay here and wait for Mr. Dickhead?
You can still just go to the nodes if you want to, or you can go somewhere else. It's up to you.
But wait, okay, so I'm looking around. Is there anyone around to see what I do?
Oh, hang on a second. Oh,
There's a crowd
no.
of people, I guess.
Looking around, jeez, you notice the guard,
Mhm.
and then looking around the area, you see the 4 other guards who are on duty protecting the main port of entrance into the city. And they are watching you.
Happen to walk a very gray line. So, I don't know, I'll take your advice. What do you think, team? Should we try to put him to sleep?
No.
I had a possible thing if we really want to get through here.
I like your style, though.
God, is there any fire within?
Oh,
Oh, we're gonna burn him?
Wait,
No,
hold on,
no.
hold on.
I'm gonna turn to Akron. I'm gonna be like,
He's small.
why don't we just wait for him to get here? We tell him what we're gonna do, and if he doesn't like it, we can just still leave.
And I mean, we never really
So
We didn't
talked
have to
him
get.
after we got back last time, did we?
Keep in mind,
Oh,
we
no.
still need
Some
access
of
to
us
that
did.
train.
No, we did.
Some of
We
us
got.
absolutely did.
We got
Where's
to.
I for that?
You were
You went
getting
to
the
store.
rations.
Yeah, I say he gets here and we just, if it goes south, we slap that coin in and away
What?
we go.
I'm
Have
enough for that.
I met this Quincy fellow before?
Yes, you have.
Oh, okay, so okay.
He's below her. She's like, I don't remember. He's just.
Who are you again?
I'm sorry.
Captain of the what?
okay,
Destroy his pride.
here, I might be able to get us a little bit of a distraction going, so we can get those guards away from the exit.
But my question would be, how do we stop them from noticing the transforming into some like ridiculously horrendous demon thing and then leaving?
That's a problem that future us will have to take care of.
All
that.
of you turn, and this voice comes from directly behind you. And there stands Quincy.
Oh, good.
I heard
Finally,
God
he's
damn
here,
it.
great.
the last time.
Hello, Quincy.
Ink.
Quincy.
Rowan, what are you all doing?
Well,
We are on
Oh.
a mission.
Hi, Quincy.
Can we help you?
Remember me?
Amara.
Oh, why you say it like that? I'd like to go. I want to go learn about these Nodi things. I think you should let me go.
Nody Wodies, Quincy Wincy.
I mean, if anyone
Please.
has a chance to kind of go give him a look-see, think it'd be the non-normal one of the group, so to speak.
I just turn and look at her with like a side glance, having horns and red skin.
This is where the camera pans out and you look at this ragtag like group of people.
It's like an office pan out.
I'm gonna nudge Dabner, who's behind my leg.
So the camera pans out and does that as Amara says this, but then it pans back into the look on Quincy's face, and it goes from like a mask of tough guy to a quirk of the eyebrow as he's looking at you, Amara, and then he looks at the rest of them and looks back at you.
Eye twitching a little bit.
You have a strange definition. What are you all doing here?
We wanted to go look at those nodes, figure out why this plane shift happened.
Yeah, show me your nudes.
Now. It's not a
What are you talking about?
We already told you about the strange forest 100 miles out.
No, you didn't.
Nudge Akron and be like, you're better at explaining this than I am.
We were explaining it to Quincy, and he thought we were just fucking crazy, and we're coming up with excuses as to why we didn't look at the notes in the first place. And we were explaining to him that we were attacked, and we found a trolley, and he was basically questioning our integrity, which Rowan did not like at all. Yeah,
really.
Oh,
That's why I fucking hate him.
he was questioning. He
that's-
thought we were
that's-
liars.
Yeah, that's the thing. He still thinks you're a liar. You haven't convinced him otherwise.
Well,
Wait.
I'm not talking.
Hang on a second. When you did your did you do your Vidya presentation to him?
My
Prestidigitation.
Technicolor.
I thought Akron did, but
Prestidigicolor.
Akron did, but I don't think it performed
Was it
well.
a low roll?
I think it was a low roll.
It wasn't great.
Yeah.
Quincy, would it be better if you come along? So far, it has just been you not giving any ounce of credibility to our story. We've been telling you the truth about our travels and our finds so far. Is that gonna be what we have to do here? You have to tag along, be a chaperone?
I am far too busy to tag along to your little camp out.
I'm not too busy to walk out to the frickin' gate in the first place.
Yes, because I'm busy dealing with everything else in the actual city itself.
Then why not just let us go? Stop wasting your time. You're clearly needed elsewhere.
Because apparently people are trying to steal something and head out of the city. And then heading to the nodes, something that provides power and energy to our city.
We're not stealing anything.
We never stole anything.
And I find it kind of suspect that you're lumping me into stealing whatever it is.
Amara, you know him. You've met Quincy before.
Thank you, I need a little back.
You've met Quincy before when he arrested you.
Oh! Ooh!
Suddenly it is apparent that she is actually not a good bartering tool in this discussion.
Okay, she's not of similar stature.
I got arrested?
Picked up a criminal.
Ooh.
So,
I'm a mercenary.
Maybe he needs to
this
go
is,
to sleep.
You being a necromancer, this is a paladin.
Yes,
This
but
is the
I have
highest
his
level
begrudging
paladin
respect.
of the local constabulary. This is still a paladin.
Ugh.
Who's looking at a necromancer.
Balls.
And while he respects the fact that you are, that you saved people,
She's reformed.
he is still a paladin.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
So, that said, you say this, and you are instantly like saying, let us go, let us just handle this and do this. And he narrows his eyes, and then his head cocks, as if he's listening to something. And he shakes his head and he looks back at you all. And he goes, I still do not believe anything that you have said. You've told me that something happened out there, but brought me no evidence, and did not go where I sent you to the first time. You say that you're going to go there now. Is that true? Or are you lying to me?
That's where we're
No,
heading.
we're going to a node.
That's where we're supposed to go the first time.
Yeah, we're going to the node.
So
Okay.
yes.
Fine. And he reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a map. And he lays it out for you for a second and puts it up against the trolley, the normal trolley that sits there. And he points the map.
So, what kind of proof, Quincy, are you looking for that we can provide to you that what we're saying is correct? Because as much as it's hard to believe it is true, but I want you to be able to trust us, and I'm going to kind of gesture.
Take this. And he takes out a circular stone. And he slaps it into your hand.
Okay. What is this?
When you get there, call my name.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it's
a
like,
scrying stone.
oh, okay. I'll go ahead and slide it into my butt pocket.
He's just sort of like staring at you all getting into this trolley with this weird look on his face, like, what are these people doing? As you
Oh, he doesn't know
onto-
about the trolley.
He doesn't know about the trolley.
He's about to learn today.
I'm gonna put Sassy
At-
in, instantly
right-
put the fucking lever forward, and just
Right before
zoom
ink-
out of there.
Right before Ink slaps it in, I get on, I'll turn around and like wave at him as it's starting to turn and we zip off.
Because he didn't
I'm holding
believe
on.
that either. He didn't believe the trolley changed either.
I just like imagine the shit-eating grin too, like
The smug.
"Bye."
Give him a thumbs up as we pass.
Can I do a prestidigitation of sparks in the middle, like a shape of a middle finger?
Does this have any bumper
Course
stickers
not.
set up?
As soon as you touch the coin, you hear, what are we doing here? We're back. All right. Yeah.
We're about to go real fast.
See, Ink Eyes, this monk, human, holding a coin that's about the size of his hand. And he just goes, "Hi, this is going to be a new experience for you." And slams this coin into what is typically the energy socket point on this trolley. And you see just red energy start flowing out of the console. Flowing, and then there's a shape change that seems to be happening. The trolley is changing as you go, or as it's going around you. You hear a deep rumbling start going beneath your feet. As you're looking around, the whole body of this trolley morphs, and you hear, "What the hell are you doing?" As the shape of the trolley itself sleeks and streamlines. Large horns grow out from the back, and you hear, "Let's go!" As the trolley shoots forward in a rocketing, fiery sound of a guitar riff.
Dun, 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 dun.
The crazy train has initiated. Are sitting there, and you're a little distracted. You hear just like the cackling of Sassy as he's sitting in his console. This is so much fun. The engine roaring a little bit more. Yes. What's that? Oh, that would be fun to hit.
What? Do you see something? We might have trouble.
Where? What's that? What's that smell? Is that
Is that a
Dabner? Is that
a
your?
friend of yours?
That smells like a
That
battlefield about a
smell.
week after it's ended.
You step out, and you're looking down, and the smell hits you just as your eyes land on this hulking beast. And while the form is not something that you have seen extremely often, you do know that smell. Something you've smelled before. The smell of decay and rot of a corpse.
Familiar.
Looking down, you see this giant ogre.
Ooh.
Walking, sliding, slurping at portions along the edge of the track, moving towards the city itself.
We can't have that thing reach the city.
Nope. Round 2.
I'm gonna
Round
stop.
2, aesthetic.
I'm gonna stop briefly, and I'm gonna say, "Sassy, combat mode."
Yes! As Sassy just revs his engine, and all of you feel the thing veer, the trolley veer slightly, as if it's trying to veer towards towards the ogre. As the trolley is slowing down, the creature's still lumbering along, and you just turn the harpoon and fire, and it just and lands directly in its shoulder, and it looks down at the harpoon and looks back up at you.
It's too mad to be hurt.
It's 5 damage, so it's a 3 and a 2.
Okay. You hit it, and it's like pierces into it, and it's a harpooned in the shoulder currently, and it hurts, and it's like as it bellows out at the trolley itself, now aware of you.
I hit him!
Portions of it start to move beneath its skin.
It looks like you certainly pissed it off. And then I lean out.
You're looking up at it, and it's probably like 20 feet above you, and you can just smell the rot coming off of it. And it's like in the back of your nose, and then it's back in the back of your throat. It's awful.
This is god awful. God's awful.
You know, the only solution for a bad smell is fire.
Yeah, this smells like putrefaction. Anyway, I'm gonna cast a scorching ray at this excremental.
So you reach up and you draw your hand out, and you're like, fire will be helpful. And 4 bolts of just piercing red energy form at your palm, and you just fling them out forward with the force of your inner power. Really, the force of your personality, which is hilarious. You fling them forward, and just one shoots past the ogre, and it just doesn't even notice it. The second one, again, shoots past. The third hits it right in the center mass, and then the fourth shoots straight past it. And you see as the one that did actually hit starts to eat in a little.
It's starting to smell like barbecue.
Ooh, yummy.
Tasty.
Is that what you guys consider food?
Oh, we won.
Hit the one, and it hits in center mass, and it seems to initially start to eat away and burn. And it doesn't seem to want to do as much damage as you think it should.
I'm going to cast, because I'm within 60 feet of the ogre, yes?
Yes, you're close enough, yes.
I would like to cast the Ray of Enfeeblement.
That does hit.
Nice.
So, until that spell drops, or for as long as you have that spell up, at the end of each of its turns, it can make a Constitution saving throw against it to see if it breaks free. If it succeeds, then the spell will drop and you'll have to reapply or do something else. But for now, it only deals half damage with weapon attacks that use strength. And
Okay.
it's a fucking troll.
It is a goddamn troll.
That's all that it do. Well, I mean, it might do some poison necrotic damage too. With...
it also tells you that your mom's fat.
It is scathed by your words. Roll 1d2 damage.
So it is currently
psychic damage.
It is currently enfeebled.
I'm going to start the engine again at a medium pace, because he's probably going to be coming at us.
Going off the rails on this crazy train.
You're goddamn right we are.
Pull the trolley back, and then you just angle it slightly with its treads pulling you off of the track, and then you just ram it forward. And the troll, despite the fact that it seems a little weakened, it doesn't seem to get into it. And it's like you don't quite have enough angle on it, and it doesn't impact into it. You turning, Davner giving you the assistance, you fire the harpoon as this trolley is running over this fetid orc or fetid troll. You see splashes of greenish material on the exterior, and you nail it directly with the harpoon. So as y'all are driving away from the ogre into the ground surrounding the track itself, dirt being thrown up, the ogre lets out it lifts itself up and it starts to move forward. All of you hear this roaring sound, and it seems to resonate inside of your skulls. But for that moment, y'all shake off the fear that would have been instilled upon you.
Ooh.
And
you would have been
frightened, yeah, and then we couldn't get near the thing. And
yeah, would have been.
And
you jumped off the trolley.
Does it have?
Yeet.
Your ray of enfeeblement falls. The monster lets out this roar. The ray, you feel as the spell shatters and it releases. Those of you who are looking at it notice as it seems to start pulling portions of itself back together. And
the stench is worse now.
Forward.
We can't say this wasn't expected. It is a giant zombie creature, so.
Well,
I'm still assisting, and I'm gonna be like, aim for the ball sack this time.
No, it doesn't have balls. Well,
it might.
We haven't checked yet. We don't know.
We don't know if it's a lady.
But it's a zombie. Who it doesn't even matter if it's a female or a male. It's a zombie.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my harpoon to the troll, and I'm gonna go for a shot.
Okay. You see as Rowan wrenches the harpoon around, loads another round into it, fires off a harpoon at the troll. As you feel a jumble and a movement around, the harpoon just shoots straight past the ogre, and just clatters off to the ground.
Shit! Fireball.
Yep. I kind of want to. I haven't really used
should.
Fireball.
No, you
all
should.
that much.
Totally here. This is a big dude.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that the cure to this ailment of an undead, fleshy, dripping monster of a troll is a fireball.
Or a muffin butt.
3.
And what do we do with witches? Burn them.
The witch must die.
So you cast your fireball. You summon up this fireball, a small little blinding blue light that's at your palm, and you just force it out and away, and it whizzes. And then right at the feet of the troll. You just see it grow in size, and then it seems to envelop this area of the troll itself, about half the troll, and the fire burns into it, heat seeming to burn into portions of its flesh, and it doesn't seem to burn quite as much as you think it will.
My the fire I've within is just not as potent as it used to be.
Or at least this thing resists it. Or something.
It resists my fire. My passion.
And you would be able to surmise that perhaps this particular troll has fire resistance.
Well, perhaps this particular troll can eat his dick.
Verbatim excerpt.
So,
with my remaining movement of 10 feet, I'm gonna go back into the ship. I think that's about 10 feet.
You could still go get on the wrecking ball, because, well, I don't know how much movement you have.
I can't go.
I would like to use Toll the Dead.
all of y'all just hear as like Amara leans out to the side and casts her hand up, and as it does, there's a loud clanging, almost as if somebody's ringing a church bell. And the
Oh, it
troll
almost sounds like the
just
dead's being told.
literally shakes in its body, portions of it falling away.
Ugh.
Hells bells.
It takes 22 damage. And
Okay.
it is
Leprosy is a
looking-
hell of a disease.
it is looking hurt.
Well, I don't think it needed that leg, guys.
I'm going to try and back up over this thing, crushing wheels it.
Oh dear.
This is an infernal trolley. It goes and just like peels out and shoots backwards. Hear this as like the impact hits, and it is looking very hurt. Amara, since you are on the exterior of the trolley,
Oh boy.
and not protected by being on the roof, you take 45 poison damage.
Fuck.
Are you just dead?
Flashing of the acid and poisons from this troll's body as y'all run over it.
Oh,
So she's
no.
dead.
She's dead.
She's straight dead.
She has 38 health. She's dead.
There you go. She is knocked down. Well, she's down.
She is.
She's not dead, but she's
48
down.
damage. You said 45
Like,
damage, and she has 38 health.
My
That is
armor
more than-
does nothing for me.
Your armor just prevents physical hits from hitting you.
Xenomorphic blood
Let's see if you have
spewed
something
onto
to
you.
get
You got
advantage.
stuck in an acid bath.
Down and prone. Amara, you look up, and having told this creature, and you see them come. All of a sudden, they're reeling back towards it, and you're watching as the impact comes. The wheels, the trolley's treads dig into it, splashing its bile and liquids all over you, and you just feel it hit you, and you immediately crumple to the ground. You would have had to have been looking backwards when you were driving backwards to ram this thing, and you see as you basically just slammed Amara into an acid wash.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you
You're
watched
like,
the whole...
oh shit!
Did I see
So
any
this
of it?
up here
I didn't
is
know
where
this thing was
Amara
full of
is right
acid.
now.
Fuck.
You see the trolley slam into this, and then just the spray of vile and viscera come off of it. It goes down, and it's prone out, arms down, and you just aim for the bottom of the chin, and just fire. And with a flash of reddish propellant, the harpoon spins, slams into the base of the chin, slams through the skull, and just the head pops open. brains emptying onto the ground, and it is dead.
As soon as it's dead,
Yeah.
I'm going to get up from my seat, run outside, pick up Amara, run back inside. I'm gonna go put her in one of the beds that doesn't have a spike in it, preferably. Like one of the pebble ones instead. Well, I'm gonna try and treat her.
Okay, I have a bring her to me. Bring her to me quick.
Well, come to the fucking bed. We're gonna go put her on the bed.
Well, which bed are you going to?
All right. Okay,
Go
I
to the
run
one on the
over and I
pebble.
grab her real quick, and now we're going to put her here.
I'm gonna grab one of my remaining orbs of time stillness from my bag, and I'm going to.
Before you do this, Ink Eyes is gonna say, "Akron, she's not dead."
Yeah, let's just heal her. Someone stabilize her first.
Well, does it? Oh, who has healing potions here?
I do. I'm gonna give her one of my healing potions.
All right, then do
make
that.
her drink it.
Ink Eyes, you pull out a potion, and you just tip it into her mouth. Last thing you remember was this wave of bile and viscera coming splashing against you, and you fall. You come to with someone shoving a bottle of healing potions into your mouth and forcing you to drink it, and you come to hacking and coughing, with some of the poison still like remnant on your skin, but no longer hurting you, and you are in a bed with like everybody looking down at you.
I didn't know how to treat acid burns.
I don't know whether to thank you or wish I was still dead.
Yeah, we get back on the track and get going again, top speed.
I'm just gonna kind of like point, gesture with my head that there's a shower in the back if she won't, or something to wash off with in the back. I'm gonna go up to Davner and be like, "You said what?"
Should we let somebody know about this?
I don't know how this thing works exactly. Like how much time we have from using it to the next time, or if it's just a one-time use thing.
But I mean, like, to be like, "Hey, yo, fuckface," and then like, flip them off next to that thing.
I'm gonna go up to Akron with the scrying sphere. Like, hey, do you know how this thing works? Like, if it's a one-time use thing.
I mean,
I'm gonna yell back. Don't say his fucking name, because if you hold the sphere and you say his name,
that's right. It activates the sphere. Good call. Good calling.
Ah, brilliant. Hey, and guys, I was wondering, since I already kind of had this thing out, I was wondering, do you think one of these orbs of time stillness would actually power this trolley instead of those infernal coins?
I mean, probably, but it's good to let Sassy and Smarmy do their thing. They need to stretch their legs or some shit.
I suppose. I'm just curious, so we don't have to deal with that all the time.
Either way, we know one of those things can revive people, so I'd rather not use it if we don't have to.
Well, I have a few.
Oh, I know. We might need them.
Do you
we can only use them once.
I'll say, "Hey, Davner," with my message. I'm gonna use my message. Bring me back a bone, please.
The fuck was that? I'm just assuming it's that creepy. We gotta get a bone.
Is it the air?
I think so.
Is the air asking for bones?
So, you walk over to this
being
body
small.
and you start investigating, and it has a loincloth on that is rotted. Portions of its body are destroyed and mutilated. You see bits and pieces of it. There is a bone if you want to try and pull it out.
The dead one wants a bone. Do you want like chopping off a finger or something?
Did you just call her dead?
The dead one.
Well,
She
I mean,
did.
I'm
Anyway.
just trying to figure out how is it farther than 6
getting
weeks.
back
I was.
Well, hang on. Let me. Can I try something?
I was gonna lay the club out and have short stack here run across it.
I was just gonna summon my shadow, my echo, to go walk across. You
What
know,
happens if we just use your flamey or your light sword and like bzzz,
and burn it off?
yeah, like
Kinda like
burn away a
lightsaber?
little section of it.
I could try that. I see this more as a learning thing than anything.
I mean, we can make a game out of this if we want.
Of the light of Mystra attacks with radiant energy, so it just burned through. So you have
Sun
a hand
sword.
and a hand and all of the bones and all of the viscera that would be inside of this decayed hand.
Okay. I'm gonna
You can make hand puppets.
I'm gonna hold the wrist where I cut it.
All three of you are walking along. Davner and Tunuk, y'all feel a chill envelop your bodies. It runs from your toes all the way up your legs, through your center mass, and into your minds. And as you do, you hear a slight, soft whisper entering in.
I'm gonna
So,
Peter Parker.
Your PP sense.
Yeah, you can do
Tunuk is the way smarter.
I'm gonna do
dude.
Tanuk.
Davner, you're sitting there, and like y'all are all having this discussion about this hand as Rowan is carrying it with them, and then all of a sudden your friends stop, and you don't really notice, and out of the blue, a fist slams into the side of your face as Tunuk has punched you. You're like dodge with it and you move with it, but then Rowan's fist comes out of nowhere and slams into you again. You both feel as a power seems to be overtaking you. Looking and opening your eyes, you look around as spectral forms move all along the area outside of the tracks.
So I've asked
You
one
didn't
of
even
them
see
to go get me a bone. I want to know if there's any other necromancers out playing. And
I mean,
You wanted them to
More
extract a
necromancers
bone.
afoot.
You wanted
yeah.
them to extract a bone from an acidic body.
Well, I mean, if they're careful, it should be okay.
I'm gonna look out there and make sure they haven't burned themselves alive yet.
Maybe
Well,
I should have asked them for something small. I mean, what if they try to come back with a full leg?
They had like
Foreshadowing.
Rowan summoned his echo and it like died, and then I saw them trying to grab the hand.
I'd like to turn on my detect magic
Okay.
and take a look outside around the train.
Looking out and around, there's so much like dark infernal energy coming off the trolley that you just sort of like get lost looking at the magic of the trolley itself. It's so interesting. Looking outside, looking around, it's you know, the day is sort of wearing on, but there's
Jesus.
sort of a rain or clouds that seem to be pulling in. What she does see is a light blade coming out like a lightsaber,
Oh,
and then just slashing through one of the hands of this ogre, and it's like the size of a stool. And to you, you're like, hey, they're bringing me a whole hand.
So if you put in
Well,
Adventure
not for holding
Time,
that hand.
that is Akron wandering around that kid is Akron wandering around the train.
I want
Pretty
to.
lights.
I-
Hellish, but pretty.
Yeah.
I want to shout, hey, Akron, they're bringing me a hand.
They're gonna give you a hand.
They're gonna give me a hand.
Oh, nice.
Come look, come look,
Congratulations.
come look.
What's all this about hands?
Come look, Ink.
What's in the back here?
All
Come-
right, I'm
no.
gonna get up and go look.
Come look at the hand, it's so big.
Not that's a hand, all right.
Okay.
I like big things.
Oh, we lost.
You peek your head out and you're like, oh, they're gonna bring her a hand. You see Tunuk and Rowan standing there, Abner sort of on his ass, looking up at them as Rowan's swords ignite and Tunuk shifts to a much more bestial form,
Oh,
standing
no.
over Daphner.
Guys, I don't think this is very good. It looks like they're getting ready to fight out here.
The hell are they doing? I'm gonna run
I don't
out.
know. Amara.
I-
Yes.
I got
They
a 10.
I
Fuck.
can't tell what it's doing, but Rowan and Tanuk, they have necrotic energy all around them.
Yeah, they're close enough for. I'm gonna try to put them to sleep.
Y'all have no idea what's going on.
They just
All you know is you look out, you see that Daphner is on his ass, and that they have just gone into pissed off, gonna fucking kill you mode. From Rowan and Tunuk, from your point of view, y'all are watching your bodies act without you. With the second failure, that is what has gone into this.
fuck.
With the second failure, you were completely possessed, and you are now at the mercy of the entities that are inside of you that are urging you to attack. Looking out, looking around you, your eyes track and view as your body is commanding, but you see these just ghostly entities all around you. Some of them watching, some of them looking. You notice, between the both of you, you notice that some of them are children. Some of them are older individuals. Some of them are adults. You see various races, various peoples, Dragonborn, various drow, humans, elves, and they're all just walking in a mindless pattern towards the city. A dark ring encircling their eyes, running down their chins, wrapping around their throats. Thorns.
I'm just gonna look at him, be like,
Watch as your bodies are just moving. And Tunuk, you feel this peacefulness overtake you. Rowan, you feel the same. And even though you're no longer in control, you watch as your bodies lay down, eyes open, and then just stop. Your eyes are open, and you still see things walking past, ignoring you entirely, moving past.
I can see that the necromantic energy is focused more around their neck and their eyes. It's like they're being blinded and choked.
Before I walk up, I am going to summon my astral arms, specifically so the AoE doesn't hit them, to wake them up. I'm also going to summon the head of my astral self. I am going to, around their necks and around their eyes, so I'm going to crouch down by Tunok's head and just see what I can see.
Your eyes are sitting there and watching, just open around. No movement, no changes. They're just there.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Light bulb.
I would like to walk to Tunuk.
Yeah.
And I would like to use protection from evil and good.
Y'all
should be
watch
there and touch him.
You watch as Amara runs forward, a necromancer in their own right, and seeing the downed Tunuk, his body's still in that bestial form. She slams her hand down, and greenish, dark, black light explodes out from her hand, touching Tunuk. Tunuk, You feel as this hand is placed upon you, and then in a searing, screeching, anger-filled cry echoing through your mind, this ghostly apparition is ripped away from you and flung out and away. Tunuk, you are free.
Okay.
Welcome awake, big guy.
I have Misty Step, which has BA on it, and I want to back away.
Okay.
I want to go back to where I was originally.
I love that spell. That was.
That's good. That's good.
That's a good one. Rowan, you, from your point of view, you feel something crack as the entity inside of you is once again in full control. You watch as these ghosts that are just moving past, and your mind pulls. Your body begins to stand, and you draw yourself back up.
We got some healing potions around. That's fine. I'm gonna take a crack at hoping that dealing some damage is gonna wake him up. So I'm gonna cast a level 1 magic missile.
Okay.
Boop her in the snoot with a magic missile.
Yeah.
Roll that
But
damage.
I can see the other two, correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I can split up the magic missiles to hit all three because it's 3 missiles, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, but the lowest damage goes to Rowan.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Is that doable?
I would say that you have to simply designate 3 ones.
Which hits?
and
Okay.
which hit. So.
All
first
right.
One,
So.
the one on the left, second one middle be Rowan, third one be the last one.
All right, and do it as I'm going.
Yes.
Okay. I will do that. So it's 1d4 plus 1 3 times. So here's the first one. 3. You know what? We'll just give that to Rowan.
Okay.
That'll be the middle. Wow, I went flying. 5 will go to the one on Rowan's left or right.
Okay. All right.
And then another 5, so the left. To the left.
Good
to
call
the left.
on the least.
Rowan,
That's not it. That's kind of.
you
Hang on,
feel
no,
a
no, no, no.
needle slam into your chest, and then pain bloomed through your body. And with that pain, you feel a screeching sound resonating through your mind, and it pulls away. And Rowan, you are free.
Yo,
That's fine.
you did that the
Little-
best
little-
possible way too.
Good
Right?
job.
Yep.
That was
Mm-hmm.
It is now this ghost's turn,
Oh no.
and it is going to shoot forward and grab this ghost.
Oh.
Ghost coitus.
Oh, it's gonna get
They're
bigger.
procreating.
Wrapping its arms around it and pulling it into itself, holding it
Ew.
and binding it down. A light starts to emit away as both ghosts explode in a dissonant light.
Oh.
okay.
Don't let the
Guys,
ghosts
you're up.
touch themselves.
Wait.
Don't cross the streams.
Did they just self-destruct?
Yeah,
They could
They're
have
off
passed
the turn
on.
order.
they done nuked themselves in Oblivion.
This ghost that you've been slamming into and hitting, and you were hitting it, and it was just taking the hits, but parts of it were burning away with the radiant energy, the darkness that was coming out, and it just looks at you as you do, and then it moves as you move away, not towards you. It moves past you. It moves into the other ghost.
Oh no.
slamming into it, wrapping its arms around it, and in a dissonant chord, a screech and a yell. It disappeared.
Okay. And
What
no
the
one is
fuck
taking
was
it.
that?
Amara, looking at what just happened, the entities that were attacking did not seem to be acting normally for ghosts as you've encountered them. Start to process in your mind. The two ghosts that took over Tunuk and Rowan, that exploded out of them once you protected or impacted, seemed crazed. And then two other entities, ghostly entities, restrained them and pulled them away back into the ethereal realm. They were trying to warn you.
Still holding a fighting pose, Ink Eyes unsummons his astral self and then slowly moves back into the train.
Someone grab that hand.
That hand, yeah. I'm gonna deep board the train and just walk over and pick up the hand.
Make it worth it.
Yeah.
So while Amara's picking it up, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I know you need the bone. Save anything juicy and put it in like a vial."
Okay. Yeah,
Oh my, you're gonna make poison.
I can do that. I just want to see if I can. If there's anything, I just want to see what I can learn from this thing, and then I'll give you the rest.
The moment you say Quincy,
I thought I had to hold
you feel the ball rumbling in your pocket.
my butt pocket. My butt pocket.
You got the butt rumbles.
I'm gonna pull it out and
The butt rumbles.
The bumbles.
Can satisfy it.
Hey, Quincy.
She's got the bad case of the bumbles.
You pull the
Oh, no.
you pull the orb out, and the moment you pull it out, a flash of light happens, and there, standing above the orb, is a very haggard-looking Quincy.
Oh no.
What did you? You said my name. What? What's going on?
Well, I'm going to tell you this at the same time I'm telling everybody in here. There is a army of spirits. A lot of them heading towards Evord right now. Whether they are... I was possessed by one, and Tenek was also possessed by another. Negative intentions to harm others. But we couldn't do anything about it. I'm letting you know, so you guys can either prepare for it or just disregard it. But we're still on our way to the node as we speak.
How far out are you?
I'm gonna turn to how far out are we?
Yeah, how far out are we?
Ink Eyes, make an intelligence check.
Ah, shit!
And while this is
He's bad
happening,
at
I'm gonna take the hand back since we're like separating the bone and stuff, and kind of wave in front of it.
Dead troll, and it attacked us. It was a zombie of a sort. It was a Walking Dead.
Also heading towards the city.
Also heading for the city as well. Yes.
When? Did you kill it?
We did kill it. We did kill it. Is dead. But after its death,
We're still pretty near the body.
I've got its hand.
Yeah, didn't we show the hand?
Yeah, Davner's literally like sitting there like waving it.
We have his hand right here.
The hand that is half the size of him.
Yeah, we have the hand of the troll. We figure it could be proof to you of an encounter that we had.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
No, not really. He just needs to know.
Anyway, so I just wanted to give you the heads up, but we are still heading towards the node as we speak.
He looks up at you and like looks down, looks up at you, and he goes, "I can't see very much beyond just your immediate vicinity, maybe about 20 feet, but I think I saw the hand."
Okay.
his eyes sort of just lock on the position of your face relative to where he's at, and he's like, "No, it hasn't been, and it hasn't been for days. You're talking about ghosts coming in. This morning, we had reports of issues, creatures, zombies."
Well, I left at the wrong time. Davner, let's go take care of this hand.
2 apocalypse scenarios.
I'm sitting there like
one
I'm
after
like
another.
mid curling the hand into a middle finger, and then I'm just like, and never mind. As I'm hearing this,
Let's go into the back.
Let's go take care of this.
Let's go take
Board
care of it.
is the most unluckiest town fucking ever.
I just wanted to be known.
2 apocalypse scenarios.
This is what
built on the nesting ground of time dragons. So.
this is what happens when God says, "Here's a puppy," and you're like, "But that window shutter."
You hear in the background, don't be so dramatic. We've got this. This will be fun.
Should we go take care of that hand now?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Do we have a vial? That health potion vial that you had. Did you break that?
I'm gonna. It's probably in the bedroom. I probably dropped it.
You have it there. It's
Oh.
empty, but obviously it's available.
All right. While we are going until something drastic happens that requires my attention, I'm gonna go catch some sleep for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to investigate the hand.
Okay, so Davner and Amara, you two take the hand and like take one of the bedrooms that have been made up.
I
and,
assumed like
throw all the blankets off to the
the
side.
bathroom,
Well,
because you know,
bathroom.
sink.
But it's
Well-
full of blood.
Just the toilet.
Okay, yeah,
Acid
let's use the
blood.
toilet.
Despite the fact that Davner is a small person, it's still essentially a bus bathroom.
Oh,
Mm.
never mind then.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, bedroom.
okay.
You'll go to a bedroom. You'll throw off all of the piled up stuff, and you lay the hand out. Davner, you, having slightly prepared, you have a couple of books that you pull out, and you start setting up. A couple of books, looking around, looking at various informations on it.
It's pizza time.
Bless you.
Huh.
You okay?
That sounds like a cough.
Fox, are you dying?
So, it sounds
Okay,
like
we got
a.
thumbs up.
I was drinking something and it went down the wrong tube and/or came out my nose.
Probably both. You sit down and you start working, and you are you're very proficient with dead things.
I should hope so.
You're good. You set up a small siphon to drain away the noxious materials and into a couple of the vials. But you do find 7 completely intact phalanges bones, so finger bones,
Mm-hmm.
that are completely unharmed by being run over by the fucking trolley.
Yes.
By the fucking crazy train.
And then you have a whole hunk of this fetid, now drained flesh. And I would say that's probably about a pound worth. Of
I heard.
flesh.
Alright.
I heard a scream in the forest. I'm gonna point to the direction, the rough direction that I might have heard it in, and I heard a scream in the forest or there, some way. So, need to be careful. It was someone screaming for help. They
What's
stopped, so they might be dead now. I don't know.
Dead or possessed, you'd never know.
Is it in the
Yeah.
direction?
Is it in the direction of the node?
Is it in the direction of the node?
Oh no.
Make,
Oh no.
So I'm gonna pull out.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna pull out my note. Pull out the the sphere, and
I mean, if he's still alive.
He'll be alive. Have you seen that guy? He went toe to toe with Zelenis. He's
And
alive.
if he doesn't answer, I guess he doesn't answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Quincy, and
I'm gonna look over at Mara and be like, "Still got that middle finger from that guy?"
I'm gonna pass
I'm
it
gonna be
over
right back.
to Dabner.
I was like, hold it up.
Have at it.
You pull out the scrying stone, and you say Quincy, and it glows slightly. And it glows. And it glows.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then it stops glowing.
Well, looks like I have someone to resurrect when we get back to town.
this don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, guys.
Or neutral thing.
He
Yeah,
could be
He could be
sleeping
taking a shit.
or
Are
pooping.
you pooping?
Are you?
I'm gonna like slide of hand slip the finger back,
I'll take
like pass it back to you. Like, oh, I feel bad now.
I'm back.
It was worth
How's
it.
your-
RBPO.
Just gonna make a comment that you were sneakily giving Amara the finger.
I'm gonna give the sphere to Akron.
What do you want me to do with this?
Hold on to it.
Why is that so cute in my head? I'm just like, here's the
Onto
middle
it.
finger,
I don't-
take it. He's like,
I put myself in too many risky positions.
and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it
Okay.
back. I'm
Probably
gonna put
safer.
it in
I
my
haven't.
pocket. It's fine. I
I
want a
was gonna
cartoon.
Point to, like, kind of
It's
recall
so
the situation
cute.
earlier.
So I'll go back and wake up Amara,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell her, okay, so nothing happened on my shift, but there were some looked like shadows or something moving out of the tree line. Just be aware. I don't think what we dealt with before is entirely gone.
Okay, I'll keep my eye out.
All right. Well, then, good luck on your watch. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Amara, you finally feel rested, and after your near-death experience, well, no, actual death experience the day before, you have a new, delightful understanding of the path you've chosen. And it gives you pause as you sit and watch the area around and think to yourself. And you catch a faint whiff of something touching your necromantic senses. It's too faint. Light touch. You're not sure what it might be, but it's there. And then it's gone. Like a leftover of skinning that hand. Your shift ends. Everybody gets a long rest. So all of you in the trolley eating the rations, preparing for the morning to go. You watch as what was previously a console and a cockpit now is just a console, and the cockpit seems to roll back into a sort of an overhang, is an impaled body.
Oh.
As you
What
turn and
the
look,
hell?
there's another.
Oh no.
Parts spread out, turning around, extending for feet around the trolley itself.
Oh boy, that's a lot of
Are
bodies.
Dismembered people,
What?
animals.
What the fuck?
Were we just plowing through the undead while we were on the track last night?
How many more middle fingers shall we grab?
Oh dear.
Oh, this usually doesn't happen to me.
Looking out and past as the bodies are trailing, they all have lines that roll from them into the trees.
I don't think this was us.
splashing all the way down to the body itself, and seemingly past towards Avord, a small vehicle, a balloon attached to it,
What?
sits crumpled on its side about 60, 70 feet away. Half of a pilot seemingly hanging from a portion.
Oh dear.
What?
Well, that's unsettling.
Shit got dark as
We
Should we start looting?
We didn't have
I-
a berserk right now.
We're gonna leave these people alone. We're not looting the bodies.
I mean, they're not using anything.
We are going to
Not
leave
until
it
we
there
clear
for
the
the
area.
night
All right.
and come back to it next weekend.
Okay.
That is a decision for later us.
Okay.
Future us, not
what is-
now.
What is the
Yeah.
what is the future question for the future decision for us? Just,
Do we
If
loot the
trading
bodies?
bodies for loot is important. Yeah.
Well, during
Pretty
the
much.
whole investigation page.
Jesus Christ.
Our resident necromancer is all about like get what you
The
can
dead.
Get all the information from the
Oh,
body.
can it get got? Yes, please, thank you.
Jesus.
Well, there's got to be
I'm-
information.
Nobody went outside of the trolley during their time.
No, we didn't. We just
No.
stayed inside because
Which is probably smart, maybe.
yeah, I think that was probably a
Although-
smart.
Yeah.
I
Whatever
would,
was going on
I
up
would rather
Yeah.
not have gotten dismembered by
Yes.
being outside the trolley.
Yeah.
I think you only got possessed because you were outside the trolley for that long.
You think that's
Oh
what
no,
happened?
that's probably what it is. Is that there's probably some kind of like crazy freak. Oh, hang on a second.
Hmm.
Oh.
Hang on. That's
Oh.
meta thinking for a later game. We
Yeah,
should,
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of better thinking.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
This is
thank
cool.
you, thank you, God, as per usual, for amazing.
Great game back for the new year.
Mhm.
I'm glad y'all
Oh,
enjoyed.
yes.
It's like a red wedding.
Open up
And-
2021 with a bang.
First game back with a loot happy necromancer.
Yeah.
And Sky,
Welcome.
thank you for coming to play. I
Yeah.
hope you
Thank you,
enjoyed as well.
Oh, absolutely. I loved it.
Same time next week.
Same time next week.
Indubitably.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Have a
everybody.
nice night.
Have a good night.
GGs. Good night.